Yes, good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah.
Good
Took a
morning,
break.
ma'am.
Had a break.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, in the last class, we have started the chapter ammonia. Right? Did you all remember? We have completed
ma'am.
the 8th chapter, the study of compounds. First compound we have completed HCl, and this is the second chapter, that is ammonia. So in the last class we have discussed the occurrence of ammonia and also the laboratory preparation and the industrial method of preparing ammonia. Without turning your pages, tell me how many of you remembered what is the industrial method of preparing ammonia? What is the name of the process called as? Yes, Atharva, first time he raised hand to answer something. Yes?
Haber's process.
Haber's process, very good. Yes, did you all remember that Haber's process? Yes, can you tell me the reaction? What is the process in that? Yes, Rishabh.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I did not
Yes.
raise my hand, but
You don't raise your hand? Okay, even if you did not raise your hand, I'm giving you chance. Tell me, what is the reaction? What is the process in Haber's process? What is the reaction, main reaction? What are the reactants? It's a simple reaction.
ma'am,
Yes, Narayan.
yeah.
Nitrogen and hydrogen.
Very
I'm
good.
guessing. Yes.
Yes. Yes, Atharva. Yes, nitrogen and hydrogen gas, they will be, nitrogen gas is obtained by fractional distillation of air, and hydrogen gas, which is obtained by Bosch process, they are allowed to pass through a compression chamber, right? So what is compression chamber? Where both nitrogen and hydrogen are combined, right? They're allowed to, since they're lighter gases, they're allowed to compress. Yes. So these gases are allowed to compress at high pressure, and then once they are mixed, they actually go to the reacting chamber. In this reacting chamber, we use iron as a catalyst, where these two who is Viraf Dalal? Okay. So these two gases are allowed to.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, Viraf Dalal is the guy who wrote the book.
Hmm? Okay. Okay. Huh. Someone came in that name. It may be Ali or Yash or Ayush.
Yeah, totally Ali.
It may be Ali only. Yes, Ali. Can you show us Viraf Dalal? Huh? Yes, can we see Viraf Dalal? Yes, Ali. Okay.
Ma'am, Ali changed his name again. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I
why.
saw. Okay. Ali, don't disturb the class like that. Okay. So these two gases react in the reacting chamber, where iron is used as a catalyst. And this reaction, as we have discussed, it is exothermic. Lot of heat energy will be released. Okay. Ali, I will just disconnect you out of this meeting. Yes. So, okay. So these two gases react in this reacting chamber, and the produced ammonia and along with some unreacted gases like nitrogen and hydrogen will be entered into this cooling chamber. In this cooling chamber, these three gases, what are they? The formed ammonia gas and the unreacted nitrogen and hydrogen. They were allowed to expand through a small nozzle. So when they expand, they lose the pressure, and what happens? The gas will start liquefying. Only ammonia gas has a tendency to liquefy, whereas other gases cannot be liquefied. What are the other gases here? Nitrogen and hydrogen. So the liquefied ammonia can be collected here, whereas nitrogen and hydrogen, they again passes through the tube into the compression chamber. Got it? Did you all remember this one? So the ratio, when we balance the reaction, it is clear that the ratio is 1:3. And the temperature, as I told you initially, that it is heated, and again the heating will be stopped. Why? Because since it is exothermic reaction, the heat evolved here will be sufficient for the further reaction to take place, and molybdenum is used as a promoter. So if they ask you to write down the reaction of Haber's process, you have to mention three things here. First one is, you have to mention it is a reversible reaction with a double-headed arrow, and you have to mention the temperature conditions and also the pressure conditions, and third, you have to mention the catalyst and promoter, that is iron and molybdenum. Okay, is it clear? Did you understand this one? This reaction, you have to write it as it is: balanced reaction along with reversible double-headed arrow and all the conditions on that: temperature, pressure, catalyst, and also the amount of energy release. Even if you did not write the number here, it's okay, but you have to write heat. What is the, how we will represent the release of heat? With a delta symbol, right?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am. Can I just turn off my camera for like 5 minutes?
Okay.
Just for 5
Okay.
minutes.
So
Thank you.
yes, it is. The heat will be released, right? So this is the Haber's process. And now coming today, we'll discuss the properties of ammonia. As I told you, when we tell the properties, there will be two types of properties. One is physical property and another one is chemical property. Yes, who is this AK? Ayush, who, again, one more name is there.
What happened, ma'am?
AK, who is this another AK with some photo here? Who is that?
Ma'am, that's my notification ringtone, ma'am. I will just.
Ma'am, Ali wants to get in. Can you admit him?
Who? No. Let him be in the waiting room. Who is this AK?
Ma'am, it's me.
Why there are two profiles for you?
Oh, ma'am, I don't know the second one.
Okay.
Maybe it's.
Now you started disturbing the classes also.
Maybe it's Pooja ma'am being a spy.
Yeah, maybe.
So coming to the physical
Ma'am, Ali
properties
is saying
of
sorry.
physical properties. Coming to the physical properties of ammonia. First one, it is a colorless gas. as we have discussed in the laboratory method, it is lighter than air. So since it is lighter than air, how is it collected in the laboratory method of preparation? How is it collected? What is the name of that collection process called as?
Downward displacement.
Downward displacement, right? Keeping the jar in inverted position. And it is alkaline gas. Alkaline means it is basic in nature and it will be soluble in water. That is meant by alkaline. Alkalis means, as we have discussed in grade 9, alkali are the bases which dissolve in water. So all bases, all the basic substances does not dissolve in water. Only certain set of bases will dissolve in water. So those bases which can dissolve in water, they are named as alkalis. Are you able to follow? Okay. So, and it is also soluble in water and is having a pungent odor. Clear? So these are the physical properties of ammonia. In this, for you, it is alkaline gas. It is important. It is less denser than air. Okay. Now, coming to the solubility of water and basic nature of, solubility in water and basic nature of ammonia. So how can it be demonstrated? If you remember, in the chapter HCl, we have discussed the acidic nature of HCl and the solubility of HCl has been demonstrated by fountain experiment. Did you remember that one? Fountain experiment. We'll keep a round bottom flask in inverted position with HCl gas, and in the cord we will just keep a dropper, and when we squeeze the dropper, what happens? Due to change in the pressure, the litmus solution at the bottom container will go up. So the same way we can demonstrate the basic nature of ammonia using fountain experiment. So here they will take, did you remember this diagram we have discussed for HCl also? So here they will take a round bottom flask in which ammonia gas is filled. Okay, and in the rubber they will keep the stoppers, and through the two openings, in one opening they will keep a dropper, and in another opening they will keep a capillary tube. What is meant by capillary tube? Capillary action means against gravity, which goes, the movement will be against gravity. It will go from down to up, which is against gravity. Okay, so when they squeeze this dropper, so immediately what happens? There will be a change in pressure. As a result, the ammonia gas, which will enter into the red litmus. This is red litmus, and immediately it will turn that red litmus into blue. So the substance which turned blue litmus into red is acid, and which turns red litmus into blue is base. And we can see the droplets of ammonia solution, that is ammonia dissolved in water. So through this experiment, we can prove two things. One is ammonia is base, and second one, ammonia is soluble in water. So note down all of you.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, actually, Ali is continuously texting all of us that like he's apologizing. So
Yes, ma'am. Let him in that.
he's continuously texting all of us. He's saying that he won't do it, like the stuff again.
He seems pretty.
Sorry for it. Yes, he's apologizing continuously.
He's going on and on.
It's a big lie.
Yeah.
He apologized 8 times.
Very silly. Unnecessarily wasting the time. Where is he? I can't see him in the waiting room.
Ma'am is unable to even come in the waiting room because you had removed him.
No, I did not remove. I kept him in the waiting room.
Or when he left it by himself.
That's the thing.
No, ma'am. Actually, like he tried to come in, and it's like showing that in the last meeting the host removed you, so he's not able to get in.
No,
Yes,
I
sir.
did not remove him. I just kept it in the waiting room. Okay, let it be. Okay. So coming to the chemical properties, the first thing is
Ma'am,
ammonia
may I
is
get a
a
glass of
base.
water?
Okay, so as I told you, we have discussed in the physical properties as well. Ammonia is alkaline gas. Alkaline gas means it is basic in nature. Why ammonia is a base? See, I just want to compare the study how we are doing. In HCl, we have discussed that HCl is a base. Okay, sorry, HCl is an acid. And why HCl is an acid? What is the reason that HCl is an acid? Because it has H plus ions. All the substances which has H plus ions are called as acids. Okay, now here we have discussed ammonia is a base, and we will discuss the reason why ammonia is a base. Okay, listen carefully and understand this one. When we see the Lewis dot structures of ammonia, it has one lone pair of electrons on it. This is the structure. The first one is the structure of ammonia, which is having a lone pair of electrons. Okay, so this lone pair of electrons, ammonia can donate them. Did you understand this point? First point, the lone pair of electrons which are present on nitrogen in ammonia molecule can be donated. Okay, all the substances which can donate electron pairs to any positive charge ion, they are called as bases. I repeat, the substances which can donate electron pair, they are also bases. They will have the basic nature. Okay, got it? Now, with the scientist Lewis told that the substances which can donate lone pair of electrons can act as bases. Therefore, ammonia is called as Lewis base. Did you understand the concept? Children, is it clear? I
Yes,
repeat,
ma'am.
ammonia is having a lone pair of electrons which can be donated, and here if you see, it is forming a coordinate covalent bond with H plus ion and forming ammonium ion. Due to the result formation of ammonium ion, it acts as a base. Clear? Now, since it is a base, it can react with acids, right? What type of reaction we will get when it reacts with acid? Acid plus base is
Neutralization reaction.
neutralization reaction. What does it form in neutralization reaction?
Salt and water. Well,
Salt and water, right? So just note down this one. Ammonia is a base. Ammonia is a Lewis base because it can donate the lone pair of electrons present on nitrogen. Clear? So since it is a base, first one, it can react with acids. So see, first one, when it react with nitric acid, it form ammonium nitrate. So the H plus ion of the acid will be replaced by ammonium. This is, sorry, here is printing mistake, ammonia, it is NH3. Did you got this one? So it can form, what is a positive ion in this? Ammonium ion is a positively charged ion. So what happens whenever it react with any other substance, the positive part will be replaced by ammonium ion. If you understand this point, you can write the reactions easily. I repeat, whenever ammonia reacts with any other substance, the positive part in that substance will be replaced by NH4 plus ion, ammonium ion. Is it clear? Suppose if it react with NaCl, what is the positive part in NaCl?
Na.
Na plus, right? So Na plus will be replaced by NH4 plus, we'll get NH4Cl. Did you understand? So this is the basic reaction of ammonia. Whenever ammonia reacts with any other substance, the positive part will be replaced by NH4 plus ion. Clear? So now can you all write the reaction with acids? Write down. I'll ask you the questions. Write down reaction with ammonia plus HCl, ammonia plus HNO3, and ammonia plus H2SO4. These three are the acids, right? HCl, H2SO4 and HNO3. Now write the reactions of ammonia with these three acids. Dhruv, write the reactions. Ammonia plus all the three acids.
Ma'am, can you just repeat once more? HCl and what were the other two?
First reaction with HCl, second with HNO3, and third one H2SO4.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Thank you.
Yes.
the reaction with HCl will be NH4Cl.
Very good. Yes, let everyone complete. Did you all complete the three reactions?
Is it 2 NH4Cl plus H2?
We have to balance that,
Balance.
right? HCl,
And
yes.
what's the third acid?
Sulfuric acid. With sulfuric acid. Yes, second one nitric acid. Is anyone? Narayan, yes, yes, can you give the answer with nitric acid?
Ma'am, NH4NO3 plus H2.
Just NH4NO3.
NH4NO3 plus
H2.
Right. So, see, H plus ion and NH4 plus ion. That is +1 and +1 charge. Now H2SO4 with sulfuric acid, who will tell?
Ma'am, NH4 twice SO4
H4 twice SO4.
Yes,
plus
Rishabh.
H2 plus H2.
Ma'am, NH4 twice
Yes.
SO4.
SO4.
Yeah.
Why NH4 twice? Because there are two hydrogen
SO4.
atoms.
Ma'am, and
Yes,
SO4
plus-
is
plus
valency plus 2.
Valence is
Minus two, minus
2. Minus
Yes.
2.
Got it? Is it clear? These are the reactions with acids.
Ma'am,
Now I
water will
hope
actually form no, in sulfuric acid.
Yes. Now I hope you understood how to write the reactions with
Ma'am.
ammonia. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, any doubt? The first reaction is NH3 here, not NH4. NH3 plus HNO3 gives NH4NO3. Clear? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now,
NH3. Ma'am, NH3 or NH4?
this is NH3, ammonia gas. Okay. Now, so as we have discussed, with HCl, it will form ammonium chloride, NH4Cl. What is the nature of that ammonium chloride? They are wide, dense fumes. So this is one of the tests to find ammonia or HCl. We can identify the presence of ammonia or HCl by this. If we combine ammonia and HCl, if they form wide, dense fumes of ammonium chloride, then the given gases are ammonia and HCl. Is it clear? Got it? Okay. Now coming to the so first reaction of first chemical nature of ammonia is reaction with acids. Now second, yes, Dhruv, you all are acting extra smart, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Next reaction will be reaction with oxygen. So first you have to understand ammonia is not combustible gas. It does not burn with oxygen. Okay. First thing you have to understand, it is a non-combustible gas. Neither it is a supporter of combustion. Okay. But when it reacts with atmospheric oxygen, so when it reacts with oxygen, it will form nitrogen gas. Nitrogen gas will be released. How to identify that nitrogen gas? if we keep that gas at flame, the color of the flame will convert into greenish yellow gas. The color of flame will be greenish yellow. Then we can understand that the gas liberated is nitrogen gas. Repeatedly asked question, these two. So when a gas reacts with atmospheric oxygen, liberates greenish yellow gas, they will ask you identify that gas. What is that? It is ammonia. So ammonia, when reacts with atmospheric oxygen, it forms greenish yellow gas. And if we add oxygen in the presence of catalyst, it will be called as catalytic oxidation. I repeat, when we add ammonia with oxygen in the presence of catalyst, platinum or nickel or palladium, any catalyst, then nitric oxide, ammonia will be oxidized. That is why it is called as catalytic oxidation. Here if you observe, hydrogen is being removed and oxygen is being added. So do you all agree it is an oxidation reaction? Yes? Right. So this nitric oxide which is formed, it will immediately react with the oxygen which is already present, and it will further oxidize into nitrogen dioxide. I repeat, ammonia when reacts with oxygen in the presence of catalyst, it forms nitric oxide. This nitric oxide immediately it reacts with the oxygen which is already available, and it forms nitrogen dioxide. This nitrogen dioxide is reddish brown. It will be released, it can be observed as reddish brown vapors. So when we allow oxygen gas to pass through ammonia and when we add platinum, what will be observed? Reddish brown vapors will be absorbed. It will be observed. Got it? So these two are the different types of reactions with oxygen. First one is only with oxygen, with atmospheric oxygen. Second one is reaction with oxygen in the presence of catalyst. Is it clear? They may ask you, if they ask you, write the reaction of ammonia with oxygen, then you have to mention these two. In prelims they have asked, in third prelim they have asked for grade 10 last year. They gave for 2 marks. You have to mention both the reactions. Okay, is it clear? So
So what is the
first one,
second reaction for?
sorry?
What is the second reaction for? The H2NO plus O2?
Yes, this first ammonia
No, the one
reacts with
below it.
oxygen form nitric oxide. This nitric oxide will immediately react with oxygen because the completely oxygen will not be consumed. Okay, so the formed nitric oxide will react with the available oxygen and it will be further oxidized to NO2. The same reaction only this is. Got it? The reaction starts here with ammonia and oxygen and it ends with formation of nitrogen dioxide. This nitric oxide is the intermediate compound. Did you understand? Clear?
Yes.
Okay. First one is reaction with acids. It forms salt and water. Second one, reaction with oxygen. It will be oxidized. Got it? Now, third reaction, we will see with metallic salts. Now, first thing you have to understand here, while we are reacting with any metallic salts, it may be metallic chlorides, metallic sulfates, metallic nitrates, any metallic salt, when we are reacting, we does not react them with bare ammonia gas. If you observe with acids and oxygen, we are using ammonia gas. Even with acids also, we are using ammonia gas. But with salts, we will use ammonium hydroxide solution. Is it clear? What is ammonium hydroxide solution, which is nothing but liquor ammonia? I told you, ammonia dissolved in water. when ammonia is dissolved in water, you can see the first reaction. When ammonia is dissolved in water, it will form ammonium hydroxide. Is it clear? So whenever we are doing the reactions of ammonia with metallic chlorides, we will react in the form of ammonium hydroxide, not in the form of gas. We will use the solution of ammonium hydroxide. Did you understand this point? So you should not write FeCl3 plus NH3. Ammonia gas will not react directly. We will use in the form of, we will dissolve that gas in water and then we will use in the form of ammonium hydroxide solution. Clear? Okay. Now this ammonium hydroxide solution is a very useful reagent in analytical chemistry. Analytical chemistry means we have discussed in practical chemistry. If you remember, we will do two types of analysis. One is quantitative analysis, how much amount is there. Second one is qualitative analysis. Qualitative means to identify what is the substance present. I repeat, in analytical chemistry, there are two things, quantitative analysis and qualitative analysis. Quantity means how much amount of the substance is present. Qualitative means what is the substance present, what is the nature of the substance present. Did you got this one? So this ammonium hydroxide is used for qualitative analysis. Qualitative analysis means it is used to identify what is the substance present. Clear? Now, it is used for the qualitative analysis to find out the positively charged ion in the salt. For example, if I gave you copper sulfate, okay, and if I ask you what is the positive charge, what is the positively charged ion present in this salt, I will not say it is copper sulfate. I'll just give you a salt and I'll ask you what is the positively charged ion present in this salt. So how to identify? It can be identified using ammonium hydroxide solution. Okay. Now, how can we identify? Any metallic salt, when reacted with ammonium hydroxide, it will form, you can all see here, it will form metallic hydroxides. I repeat, when any metallic salt react with ammonium hydroxide, what will happen? The positive charge will be, there will be double displacement. The ammonium ion will be replaced by the metallic ion. They will form metallic hydroxides. Children, did you understand this point, what I told you? Okay. All
Yes,
the
ma'am.
metallic hydroxides, I repeat, all metallic hydroxides form precipitates. So when we take any salt and when we add ammonium hydroxide, we will get precipitates. What are precipitates? Which get settled at the bottom, the solid which gets settled at the bottom, right? So all these metallic hydroxides will have characteristic color based upon the positive ion present in that. I repeat, all the metallic hydroxides, the precipitates of metallic hydroxides will be having characteristic color based upon the cation present in that. So for example, if there is any salt of iron, it may be iron chloride, iron sulfate, iron nitrate, any salt of iron, if we react with ammonia, if we add ammonium hydroxide, it will form ferric hydroxide precipitate. Okay. Now all the ferric hydroxide precipitates are greenish in color. They'll be as a dirty green color. Why? Due to the presence of iron. Iron has a characteristic color. Fe3 plus ions has a characteristic color of dirty green. Are you able to follow, children? So if you give you any salt and if we add ammonium hydroxide, if dirty green precipitate is formed, what does it mean? The salt contains iron in that as a positive charge. Clear? Now, in the same way, copper salt. If we take any copper salt and when we react with ammonium hydroxide, first the color of the solution will change into pale blue, and if we add excess of ammonium hydroxide, we will get a deep blue color solution. I repeat, with copper sulfate, when we add ammonium hydroxide, first we will get only pale blue color solution. But when we add excess of ammonium hydroxide, the added ammonium hydroxide will react with this copper hydroxide and it will form a deep blue color solution. Got it? Now, if we react with any ferrous salts, ferrous means, what is ferrous ion? What is ferrous ion? Ferrous.
Ma'am, Fe+1.
Fe plus 2.
2. Oh.
Fe plus 2 is ferrous, Fe plus 3 is ferric. Okay. So if we react with FeCl2, ferrous chloride with ammonium hydroxide, what we will get? We will get ferrous hydroxide. Can anyone tell the formula of ferrous hydroxide?
Ma'am, FeOH twice.
Very good. FeOH twice. Because hydroxide valency is -1. If it is FeOH thrice, 3 times, it is ferric hydroxide. If it is FeOH 2 times, FeOH twice, it will be ferrous hydroxide. Ferrous hydroxide is light green color, whereas ferric hydroxide is dirty green color. Even that also makes a difference to identify the positively charged ion. Is it clear? Now, any salt which contains zinc, it will form a white color precipitate. Okay, so based upon the color of the precipitate, we can identify what is the salt, what is a positively charged ion present in the salt. So what is a third reaction? When ammonium hydroxide react with any metallic salt, we will get metallic hydroxides. Clear? Now I want all of you to write with calcium chloride with plus ammonium hydroxide. Write down the reaction, complete the reaction. What, Narayan, Akshat?
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Calcium chloride plus ammonium hydroxide. Write down in your notebook.
Ma'am, can I go and drink water?
Yes, yes, Dhruv. Calcium hydroxide and calcium chloride and ammonium hydroxide.
Ma'am, CaOH twice plus NH4Cl.
NH4Cl.
Yes.
Ca.
OH twice
plus
NH4Cl.
Very good. What is the name of CaOH twice?
Calcium hydroxide.
Calcium hydroxide. Children, did you understand this one? Okay. Now write with zinc sulfate. Zinc sulfate plus ammonium hydroxide.
ZnOH twice plus NH4SO4. ZnOH twice.
Zinc hydroxide plus ammonium chloride. Yes. So this is not dirty green. Sorry, ferric hydroxide. Fe3 plus is reddish brown. Whereas ferrous is green color. Ferric hydroxide is reddish brown in color. Children, please make a correction in that. I'm sorry, I just yes, Piyush.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Piyush, you want to answer or you have any doubt?
No, ma'am.
You raised your hand.
Ma'am, by mistake, ma'am.
Okay. Now, can you tell me with lead nitrate? Lead nitrate. Piyush, tell me the answer. Lead nitrate plus ammonium hydroxide.
I don't know the answer.
Yes.
Ma'am, PbOH twice
plus NH Where is it? NH4.
4.
No.
NO3.
NH4 NO3.
NH4NO, right? Lead
Yeah.
hydroxide. Lead hydroxide also it forms a gelatinous white precipitate. Okay,
Yes.
so these three are the basic chemical reactions. In the next class we'll discuss others. First one is reaction with acids. Second one reaction with oxygen. Third one reaction with metallic salts. Is it clear? Children, did you
Yes.
understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So just practice these reactions. You have to learn along with the colors. With oxygen, nitrogen, what is the color? Catalytic oxidation, what is the color? With lead, what is the color? Like for everything, you have to mention the color of the products. Clear? Okay. So in the next class, we'll continue and complete this chapter. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.